Is this thing working? Are we working today? I'm just trying to see something. Good morning. Let's try this all over again this morning. Are we working? Good morning, everybody. Good morning. We are working. Finally. You know, I got to get all this stuff together. I told you, every day this thing changes. Every day. All day. Good morning. Cotton says, where's my lipstick? I just put on a little lip gloss. Just a little lip gloss. Woo. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. You know, I always laugh because this thing moves. But good morning. Good morning to the entire room. I hope you have slept well and you are rested. I bought that book for all of my family members. Hello? Good morning, everybody. We're doing this. We're back. If you can look at my face and people are like, sometimes you look tired, Tasha. You tired? Hello? I don't know anybody that gets up at 3:45 that's like, good morning. I don't care who you are. You could be anybody. Getting up at 3:45 is not the easiest feat, but we do it. I mean, I'm up. Actually, today I got up at it was 1 something in the morning, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Anyway, good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming in here. As you walk in here, take your shoes off at the door. This is a no shoes in house policy. I've got hot chocolate. I've got herbal teas. I've got cappuccino. What else we got in the menu for today? Okay, so they said, okay, I don't see the board. Hot chocolate, cappuccino, black coffee, herbal teas, and green juice. So you all put your orders in. Put your orders in, and I'll get that to you. Hold on a second. I knew something was off. Let's get it going. 40 minutes after the hour, everybody. 40 minutes after the hour. A 4 and a 0. So if you're caught listening to me and you're not getting ready, that's not the move. Get it going. Kayla says she'll take a green juice. All right. So at 40, now it's 41 minutes after that. Oh, you're really going to be like, get up. Good morning to all the children in the room, in the cars with their parents listening to me. Parents. You want your kids listening to Auntie Tasha? Good morning, you little rugrats. Poor kids are going to think, Mommy, she's mean. I'm not mean. I've got 2 little rugrats too. You all are little money grabbing, hungry little cutie pies. Everybody, I see everybody in the chat. Now listen, these videos get uploaded to YouTube. So sometimes when you hear me speaking in the past tense, it's because I'm talking to the rewatchers over on YouTube and on Instagram. But if you ever want to watch me live, go to my Instagram page at I am Natasha Simona. And you can watch this live. We'll be adding in the Facebook family too soon. You just got to figure it out. I've got all the tools. I just need my audio visual person. Shout out to Gary. Gary is my audio visual person, and we're going to coordinate. I think we're going to try and coordinate that for tonight's show, but I'll get to tonight's show. So for everybody who likes to listen, or, you know, you've got people on, look at me trying to rearrange my whole, I don't know what this is that I'm wearing, but I promise you to God it's going to be the last day I wear it. Anyway, I don't know what I was just saying, but it's not important. So shout out to the room. Today is Wednesday. Thank God I remembered that. I didn't have it written down. I started prepping last night. W-E. How do you spell Wednesday again? Yep. WEDNESDAY. Shout out to all the third graders in the building that's listening to your children. That's how you spell Wednesday. I don't know how I was spelling it before, but here's the right way. Today's Wednesday. Right? Why does Wednesday sound so weird? Shouldn't it have been W like E-N or W-H-E-N? Who wrote these words and said this is how you're going to spell it? The American language is such a weird thing. Like, I'm looking at Wednesday, and it doesn't sound how it was supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Not Wednesday, Daisy, Wednesday. Where are you from? Chicago? I'm kidding. Okay, first of all, thank you, Ashley. Like, it should be called Wednesday, not Wednesday. There's no N before the D. Wednesday, October 26th. This month is over with. Like, now you got to, like, scrape up the pavement, get the rent together, get your car notes together, get all the everything together. Yesterday was a doozy. Thanks for everybody who, first of all, sorry that I didn't show up, but I did put the cancellation out there. Hello? I did let you all know in advance. What's this light doing? Okay. I did put the notice out there to let you all know you could go back to sleep or, do whatever. Let me explain something to you. First of all, this is a lucky number today. Right now, the time is 4:44 in Los Angeles, but it's 44 minutes after the hour wherever you are. Whether it's 5:44, 10:44, 1:44, it's 44 minutes after the hour. So here's the deal. I do have a sick 10-year-old. I'm sorry. I have a sick 10-year-old. And if you were watching the show before last, or essentially my last real show that I had, which is Monday night show, my 10-year-old came on the camera to do the unboxing, and boy, he not only did he look like pure mess on the camera, but in real life he wasn't with it. So I had to nurse him up, I had to mommy him down, and that night I was up like what felt like every 20 minutes. Just making sure, like, I'm that mom that still makes sure, like, oh my God, are my kids breathing? When I get up in the middle of the night, why was that hard for me to say? When I get up in the middle of the night and, I go use the restroom or something like that, or go turn off all the lights, I'm the mom that, like, goes to their room and, like, licks the finger and puts it right by their nose. Are they still breathing? I'm weird like that. Because weird things happen in the middle of the night. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can, like, slip out. I get nervous. So him being sick, I'm like, oh, please don't let this be the reason my baby slips under. I know you guys are all thinking, damn, she goes real far. So yeah. So he's fine. He's just really sick. And so I messaged the teacher on our messaging app, and I was like, hey, he's not coming in. Send me all his work. So between playing video games on the couch, doing schoolwork, and, trailing behind me every step of the way. Mommy, what you doing? Mommy, what you doing? Mommy, can I have cuddle waddle time? This is the 10-year-old. So last night, same routine. He's up, I'm up. He's got the chills. He doesn't have the chills. He wants to sleep with his face like right next to mine. So if you hear that I'm like a little junky up in my sinus area, that's because I'm probably catching whatever he's got. Everybody, let's take a first sip together. Oh, this glass is so hot. Oh, yes. All right, first sip, everybody. This straw is way too long. Hold on. We got to adjust the straw. Way too long for this cup. There we go. Okay, everybody. First sip. Oh, so hot. So hot. I can feel it going down my system. So yeah. So when my kids are sick, they want to be like in my neck. They want to be in my skin. especially this 10-year-old. So last night and the night before, he slept with his face like in my face. Like I can like suck the life out of his face, right out of his nose. That's how close our faces were. I don't mind it. I wish I can transfer all of their pain into me. And so that's the only way he'll sleep is if he's like right here. Fun fact. I don't know if it's going to be a fun fact for anybody in here, but the 10-year-old, I nursed him, aka breastfed him until he was 4 years old when he weaned himself off fully. So, I did some reading, not just a one-time thing, but I do some, every so often I do read about the psychology behind that. And when I was really immersed into understanding like what that was, it's like studies on children who breastfeed for an elongated period of time. And he's, of course, without saying, like, he's very, very, very connected. Like, if I hurt my toe, he hurts his toe. Like, if I hurt my toe at home and I go pick them up from school, he would be like, Mom, I hurt my toe. So we've got like a very interesting thing here. Anyway, that's the 10-year-old. So, we've got a very, very interesting thing. Everybody know, even the 14-year-old notices it. So when he's sick and he's like, Mommy, I need to go to wudu time. We share a pillow. All of that. Anyway, enough about him. He's out. He's over there sleeping. He's out there sleeping, and he's very sick. So he's not going to go to school today again. I can't, as much as I want to send him to school, I can't because he's sick. This is not like before. Remember before when we used to like go to work and go to school and it's like, okay, whatever. Like I just have a little cold, no big deal. I don't think it's fair for him to go to school, and the other kids be around him, if you understand what I'm saying. Last night's show, I don't know what happened. I tried to log in here 4 different times, and it just wasn't happening. So, I'm sorry to everybody that tried to log in with me. I tried. Everybody was like, Tosh, you're frozen. I got a screenshot looking crazy. I was like looking down. My face was just frozen like this. People were like, you're frozen. I keep getting the spinning wheel over your face. So hopefully you all see me. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's 50 minutes after the hour. I might go deaf. 50 minutes. That bell is going to deafen me. 50 minutes after the hour, everybody. Good morning. Hello. Rosa Baby says it kept saying video unavailable. It kept saying, someone said all the lives got shut down. Yep. All the lives were shut down at the same time. Nobody was live. And somehow, miraculously, this live, it just started working again on, if you all hopped into Isaac Hayes III, I hopped into his live and we were chatting about some stuff over that's happening with the app across the street. If you know, you know. If you don't, go into my bio and click the fan base app and follow me there. And so we briefly talked about that. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to take this time that my whole situation isn't working and go be a mom. So that's what I did. But luckily we all hopped into Tnss's live and he did a good set last night, right? I went right to sleep. I was like, ooh, this is so good. Let me slow dance myself right to sleep. Anyway, shout out to the room. Let's get through these national days. Everybody got your hot beverage of choice? Yeah, D-Nice and a couple other people got to go on live after the glitch. They might know something. They might know something that we didn't know. Maybe there was a secret memo that went out that said all meta communications are going to be down for the night. Anyhow, things happen for a reason, okay? Everything happens for a reason. So maybe I needed a full day to be in full mommy mode. National days. Today's chicken fried steak day. What is chicken fried steak? My girlfriend gave me these national days. I don't know what chicken fried steak is. Not my, yeah. Well, who gave me these? Yeah, my girlfriend gave me these national days last night. My girlfriend, AKA / the lady in the back office. She's like, don't move. I was like, what? She's like, do not move from your setup. We're going to go through the national days for tomorrow to eliminate what you have to do in the morning time. I was like, okay, girl boss. The girl boss gets me together. It's steak fried like you would fry chicken. Really? So how do you fry steak? Like what kind? It's got to be like strips. Look at me salivating. It's got to be strip steak, right? Because steak is real tough and meaty. I can't see you frying steak. It sounds very. Look look at your phone. Like you're just gonna be chewing for days. Oof. You flour it. It's breaded. What kind of steak does it have to be? It can't be the thick steak. Anyway, that's what it is. So if you need an idea for dinner, there you go. If you need another idea for dinner, it's minced meat day. Ew. I said, what's minced meat? I've never heard of minced meat. And so she started reading. It's like meat with fruit. Is that what kind of meat is minced meat? It sounds gross. It kind of looks like a hamburger. So you mean like the ground turkey? It's like a what? I don't know any of these foods. I don't know what that means, but I never had chicken fried steak. I'd never heard of it. It almost sounded like it was a joke. And then minced meat. What does minced meat mean? What do you do with minced meat? Minced meat is ground meat. Is it really? Beef is minced meat. Is it? I don't know. I've had ground turkey. Like minced meat pies. What's a meat pie? What is a meat pie? Like a pie that looks like meat? Oh my God. What's happening here? I don't know none of this stuff. Anyhow, it's pumpkin day. Halloween is like how many days away? What are we at? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 5 days away. Halloween is right around the corner. So today's pumpkin day. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to probably carve the pumpkins with the kids. Today. You know what? I don't know. Okay, so Rachel says ground meat. The meaning of minced is to cut into small pieces. So it's got to be the. But Rachel, people are saying minced meat is something different because I keep asking if it's the same like the ground turkey. Because if it's like ground turkey, well, I make my sauce sometimes with ground turkey, but minced meat sounds disgusting. Like people are saying they use it in meat pies. I don't even know what a meat pie is. Minced meat is gross. Had it in a pie when I visited London. Never again. I'm not. What is it? Does minced meat consist of all the meats, like a pork and a turkey and a stuff? Anyhow, I want to know clarity on this before the end of the show today. It doesn't sound good. I don't know. Try cube steak. What is cube steak? Like the cubes, like you can make in well, I'm from Jamaica and that's what they call it. I'm from Jamaica too. I'd never heard of it. Well, see, I'm first generation American. Maybe my parents never ate minced meat. Have you ever had a Jamaican meat pie? No? What's a Jamaican meat pie? Like a beef patty? If you're talking about a beef patty, of course. Don't you see it coming out of my veins? Today is also Transgender Day. Transgender, it's the way I didn't write it down properly, but I think it's Transgender Children's Day. Let me see something. My back office is still sleeping. Transgender Day. Let's see something. No, it's not Transgender Day. I think it's Transgender Kids Day or Children's Day. Awareness Day. Let me see something. Hold on. I'll tell you right now. Yes, National Transgender Children's Day is today. So, if you hold on. Okay, Yvette Terry says it's not a beef patty. Yeah, no, I don't know what a Jamaican meat pie is. And I asked Alexa, it's not meat, it's fruit. Okay, Rose's baby says I asked Alexa, it's not meat, it's fruit. It's fruits and spices in a pie. Okay, no, thank you. No. No, no, no. Cotton says, Tasha, we need to get you out more. Rachel says mincemeat has changed. Okay, so we could agree on that because I'm seeing a lot of things. Crookie Ranks. Good morning, Crookie Ranks. Okay, Crookie Ranks is in the building, and he is a Brit. And somebody in here said they had a meat pie in London and didn't like it. So, Crookie, I have an open question for you. Today is Minced Meat Day. Is minced meat something popular over in England? I never heard of minced meat, but you tell me. And first of all, Crookie Ranks is my family, okay? Family is in here in full effect. Now, you let me know if you've heard of minced meat and if you eat it over there across the pond. Oh, he said he has. Have I ever had it at your house? Like, is that something you all have ever made in my lifespan at coming over? Because I'm over here saying it sounds gross. Let me know, because everything that I've eaten at your house, I'd eat 50 times over. Minced meat pies in UK are popular. Okay. You guys want me to tell you a story? Okay, here's a quick story time. Story time. Okay, Crookie says in England, mincemeat is ground beef. Well, of course I've had it. And I'm sure I've eaten many of dishes in your house with ground beef. So Crookie Ranks is from England, okay? And he is loud and proud. And all of his friends from across the pond would come over, and spend some time. And, him and his wife, my good sis, Sherry, that's literally my real life family, okay? And so I would be over there like I live there. Like I promise you, I had a draw and everything. And so I would say to him, I'm like, now mind you, he's older than I am, but you all know how I roll. He goes, Natasha, I can't even do it. He's like, when you get older, we'll send you over across the pond. So shout out to Lauren. She's older than I am, so she got there first. I said, well, I want to go with Lauren. They're like, no. You gotta wait till you're older. So I'm like, all right, I'll wait. Well, when the time came, I'm like, where's my ticket? And where's the road map? I want the whole rollout. Crickets. Left me hanging. So when I went home the other day, I said, wasn't I supposed to go and like get the whole grand tour and meet your friends? And he's like, well, I'm like, why the baby get tossed to the side? So now that I'm single, I'm like, hey, listen, going back to that deal when I was younger, and you said I cannot. Really? Wow. Weddings are happening in dear old England without me. Look at my face. I was supposed to meet all of Crookie Rank's friends over across the pond, and I never got there. He said, well, Natasha, you moved out and you started having babies. Like, is that the excuse? I've only got 2. You make it seem like I'm old mother hen over here. So he said, I think you're ready now. We can talk about it. In his deep. What part of London are you from, Ian? North, south, west? It's deep and it's serious. He's going to be on the show because we do have a topic that we talked about, but I won't tease that now. So at any rate, going back to the rest of my national days. So my last one is Worldwide Howl at the Moon Night. And that right there, we're all going to be standing at the moon tonight and said, oh, And that concludes National Days. I love my back office. Good morning. She just walked in the door. She said, good morning. I'm not howling at the moon. I totally am going to stand at the roof of my building. The moon is behind your head. What are you talking about? Ha! Ow! By far the craziest thing that you'll see me do on this show ever again. Never will I do it again. And now my kids are probably going to wake up, and the neighbors, you know, there's a lot of space between the neighbors and my house, my apartment. So, you know, in England, a moon is when you drop your pants. Hello? Well then, perhaps I should stand. Rick Party says tonight. Okay, tonight. It's going down in the Natasha Simona sequence. I will be howling at the moon. Speaking of tonight, I have an amazing guest coming on tonight as soon as I can get my mouse working. Excuse me 1 second. Dropbox, stop syncing. What are you, crazy? Anyway, we'll get back to that. Tonight's show. Give me 1 second. Okay, here we go. Let me act normal. Act normal, everybody. Tonight, I have a really, really good show for you. Tonight, I've got Dr. Ian Smith. You know Dr. Ian Smith? The guy from The Doctors? The black doctor. The hot one. And then he's like Michael Strahan's best friend. Well, he's not on The Doctors anymore. But he was on there. He's written every single book you can think of to help us get our diets in shape. I've had the pleasure to have great interviews with him in the past. And he's going to be on our show here at the Natasha Simona sequence. I'm going to blow my ears out with those things. So he's on tonight. Do you have anyone above you? Yeah. I've got somebody above me. I've got somebody beneath me. And I've got somebody. There's an apartment over here. But the amount of space to the next apartment, they can't hear. First of all, not me letting the killer know. Matter of fact, the walls are paper thin. How about it? And I'm actually being serious. I don't know what the people upstairs do, but every other night they do something up there. Do you know how many times I've been tempted to go upstairs? Like, what are y'all doing? Building a whole extension? It's crazy. The people downstairs, I think, moved. They used to have parties. It's very weird. There's a lot of social media people that live in this building. So the way the building is built, it's very interesting. And I think the people upstairs are trainers, dropping ropes and weights and all that stuff. And I think they operate on London time. And I'm not kidding. I kid you not. The times that I hear them working out, I've done the time conversion and they are on par with the time over in London. And I'm like, this is absolutely crazy. And so when I was sick with COVID one time, I was like, or did I have a toothache? It was a toothache. I had a toothache. I wanted to take some pliers and rip the tooth out of my mouth. That's how my head was exploding, everything. And these people upstairs at the wildest hour was doing whatever. And I literally said, I'm going to go upstairs and really hand it to them. So I drugged up and went to sleep. Gotta go. Work calls. Have a great day. Okay, cheerio, darling. Cheerio, darling. Ian runs Crookie Ranks. He runs an amazing, amazing school over in Mount Vernon, New York. We could talk more about that later. I don't have full permission to give out all the details, but shout out to Crookie Ranks and all of the children that you guide every single day. Thank you for doing what you're doing for the entire community over there in Mount Vernon, New York, and thank you for being my family. It's 7 minutes after the hour, everybody. Get all your children up and get them out. Ooh! I just scared myself. I just scared myself. This show is going to crash and burn one day. I just scared the devil out of myself. Shout out to my back office sending me this. Is it really a full moon tonight? Anyway, 7 minutes after the new hour. I can stand to I'm gonna end the show early. I've definitely got something in my eye. Hold on one second. Okay. What's going on today? Since I didn't get through the headlines last night, let me see what's worthy of me telling you all this morning, okay? Because you know I don't like to go through the headlines in the morning time unless it's something that I feel like is going to shape your day. I'm going to tell you right now. Nope, nothing that I care to tell you. But I will tell you that this morning, Mashable, they put out that Apple is finally going to come out with a USB-C charger. You know what? I've got Apple devices. We're an Apple device family. You know, the kids have Apple phones. I've got, you know, the Apple phones, and, you know, I've got a Mac computer and all that stuff. I'm really like Apple geared. But one thing that I really despise with Apple is that they got you all in a chokehold. They got us all in a chokehold for no reason. They know what they're doing, and they're sucking us dry. And now they're finally talking about coming out with this USB-C charger, which should have happened a long time ago. They recently just released the iPhone 14 that everybody is starting to get right now. I mean, anyway, that's all I've got on Apple. Brittany Griner. So the Brittany Griner story is one that it frustrates me because I think that she's being held for other reasons outside of, you know, what the real crime is. You know, she had like a fingernail worth of marijuana oil found when she traveled over there for basketball. I'm not sure why I can't open this link. My back office sent me a link, and this is anyway. The link isn't linking back office, but that's okay. I can I'm gonna pull it up right here, so don't worry about resending it. I think it's just the way I'm trying to open it. So she had a court case, and they denied that court case yet again. So she's stuck there. And at first, I was thinking, you know, people were talking about, is this going to change her and things like that? And I was like, I don't know. It depends. But now I think it is. I think psychologically she's going to come out a completely different person, if you know what I'm saying. And I think they had her at one point under some kind of like, heavily restricted prison. Did they move her? I'm not sure. But like her prison mates were saying, you know, oh, she's great and all types of stuff. But what does that mean? I know her wife was on, I think her wife's name is Cheryl. Her wife was on Good Morning America or something, or was she talking to Gail? She was talking to somebody not too long ago, and she was crying. She said she's concerned about her safety. She's concerned about her mental health. She feels like America has forgotten about her because, you know, one thing about these stories is how long are we supposed to be talking about it? Not to, and I don't mean to sound shady whatsoever. That might have come off very interesting, but I do, like, it's like, do we talk about this story every day if there's nothing developed? You know what I'm saying? I'd rather us be doing something than every day we're talking about the same nothing. You know, like if nothing is happening, what do we talk about? And so it's a tough situation. And okay, so Mrs. Kim says until she comes home, we need to talk about it. I don't know. I'm one of these people where it's like, deliver the story and let's figure out a solution and check in, like, you know, once a week or something like that. Talking about it every day, I don't know. But listen, correct me if I'm wrong. I accept that. But, you know, her wife, Brittany Griner's wife, feels like, you know, we, the American people, are forgetting about her. I haven't forgotten about her. I think it's very sad what's going on. And I feel like we've done more for people less deserving. You know what I'm saying? Like it seems like the Americans that have power that can do something will pull strings for certain people. Rick Party says we keep counting the days allowed to keep it top of the mind. Yeah, I don't listen. I don't disagree with any of the answers that I see rolling in. Chanel Chan says we don't need to talk about it. Like listen, I respect all of your opinions on that question. I do because sometimes our opinions, are just ours because we've got our own frustrations or ignorance towards it. And when I say ignorance, meaning we just lack the knowledge. Ignorance means lack of knowledge. So when you hear somebody say you're ignorant, some people have a way of saying it in a very derogatory way that we automatically jump in defense mode. But I know I'm ignorant on a lot of conversations, and I've told you all that. I said we need to. Chanel. I'm sorry. Chanel says I said we do need to talk about it. Sorry, I read that wrong. I don't have my glasses. Sorry, Chanel. I take that back. No, I see a lot of people in here saying, tell the truth. If she were straight and non-melanated, the fight for her would be harder. If she were straight, you think so? I think there's a lot of leeway for the LGBTQ plus community. Now, the melanated part, well, you know something? Let me say this. And I, I've got the whole United Colors of Benetton in my friend circle. So I like learning people's mathematical breakdown on life from every color, religion, age group, and all of that. So I like to keep a well diverse palette of friends, associates, even you enemies that don't like me. Good morning. Because I really want to understand life, not just from a one-dimensional perspective. And I really implore all of you in here to, be very diverse with the people that you keep in your life in rotation actively. I think it's healthy. Especially because we don't live here by ourselves. Do you know what I'm saying? On a sidebar, someone says, can we talk about how Brett Favre stole money in Mississippi and the people in Jackson also have dirty water? Okay. Well, as I'm sitting here talking, segueing into just how undermined the community of a more melanated shade is, it's really interesting. With the uprise of what's happening with Kanye West, right? And this is not a Kanye West story at all. So sit tight and hold on a second. I pay attention. I might be ignorant to a lot of different things, but I do pay attention to what really makes the social meter tick off. Right? And I like reading all the debates. And there's a couple, and I'm sure you all by now have seen the memes in circulation that said, when Kanye said slavery was a choice, no companies pulled out. But here he is talking about the Jewish community and everybody wants to pull out and burn him down. And I thought that was interesting. And I really hate when we start comparing stories and situations as if, hey, you didn't do this for that. You know what I'm saying? Because then it gets real dicey. But you still have to pay attention, if you understand what I'm saying. So I can hate it all I want, but you got to pay attention to the, what's the fine lines here? What's really being said? And so here's the deal. Here's the deal with that. When Kanye said that slavery was a choice, it didn't cause anyone, it didn't awaken anyone to go stand on bridges to promote hateful attacks on a community. So, dissecting words, yes, what he said was ignorant. Yes, Van Lathan, or is that his name, over from TMZ? Well, he's not there anymore. Gathered him on live television. And yes, we all need a certain level of education. We should never stop learning. All of that is real. But it didn't cause a like crazy warfare. But when he said what he said about the Jewish community, it really started pulling the people who want to do actual harm and do actual harm. Like, people were driving around Beverly Hills throwing paraphernalia of hateful rhetoric on people's lawns. They're standing over a bridge on an overpass in Los Angeles with all this, just hateful speech. There's people waiting by their phones and their computers for just just an ounce of reason to attack communities. Jewish, Black, LGBTQ, communities that aren't always the most protected. There's people waiting. So when you have a powerful voice and platform and you give them that little bit of ammunition, they're like, oh, Trump said it. Kanye said it. Boys, girls, activate. So you can say something and nothing happens, or you can say something and that's the ammunition that people need to start enforcing hateful motions towards these groups. That's why there was such aggression to cancel him, if that's what is happening, essentially. That's what I think. Now, that doesn't mean that within the communities that are affected, we all, or you all, can't band together and say, we're not supporting him. And I think that sometimes, now I'm a Black woman, I think that sometimes I don't speak on behalf of I'm not the president of the Black delegation, so I'm really not speaking on behalf of anyone. So this is a blanket we. I think there's a lot of free passes that are given because we just want to see each other win. And we don't want to publicly ridicule our brothers and sisters because we haven't had platforms in a long time to win and be accepted in the majority. Right? But we can't lead like that. You don't lead like that. We have to call a spade a spade. And if we want to be accepted in these rooms, we have to understand that not everybody can go. And we have to understand that we have to hold each other accountable, not pat the person on the back and say, okay, buddy, you shouldn't have said that, but we're still going to buy your shoes and clothes and things like that. And I've said it here many, many times. I love Kanye. But I want you all to take a pause there. You love your kids, right? I love my kids. But when my kids do something wrong, what happens? I got to hold them accountable. You know what I'm saying? I got to say, listen, buddy, this is not proper. Does it mean I hate them? Does it mean I turn my back on them? No. I sit them down and I teach them. And if I don't have the capacity to teach them, I make a phone call to somebody else that does. And I think a lot of times, a lot of us don't recognize that we can't always reach people. And that's where a lot of the bridge burns down. When we feel like this person is not listening to me, I'm done. I'm just gonna wash my hands and turn away. You don't do that. You dig deeper. You get more resources. Because if you truly say, I really love this person, I like this person, you help them. Somebody just said Mel Gibson talked about the Jewish community and he was drunk. I don't know what to say about Kanye. He's not okay. There's no excuse. It's not okay. The end. This is definitely not me making an excuse for anybody. I hope I'm talking to be understood. I'm not making an excuse whatsoever. As a matter of fact, I'm not really for the cancel culture. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what religion you are. I don't care what your sexual orientation. None of that. I don't care about that. The reason I'm not for cancel culture is because you can cancel people every day. But what does that teach them? They're still going to go on and do what they do. I think we need to be a community of, we all need to be teaching and receiving. We need to live in that mindset. We need to educate and retain and not quit. And the more we cancel each other and walk away, the less we are educating so that these people, this person doesn't do what he or she is doing. Because depending on the influence, I don't care if you're on social media and you have an influence of 3 million people. I don't care if you got 3,000 people, or if you're somebody in a Hobuck town in America and you've only got 3 people, you still have a certain level of influence. So when you know better, you can do better. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Rick Party says, we don't need acceptance, but we pick and choose our battles because our choices can affect others in a battle they did not choose. Let me read that again. We don't need acceptance, but we pick and choose our battles because our choices can affect others in a battle they did not choose. Well, listen. This, Chanel says some people need to see that their world matters. Some people don't. Some people, self-esteem, all of that stuff plays a factor into it. But as long as we live in a constant state of teaching, I listen. I'm a great listener to especially things that I just really don't know. Because if I regurgitate false information, ignorant information, let's say I regurgitate it to my children. I don't know what my children are going to become in this life, right? I have no idea how influential they're going to be. I don't know how much of their life is going to spew over into their following, whatever their following looks like. So if I teach them something and I stand by something of ignorance and I'm showing them this every single day, what do you think it's doing to them? They're going to follow suit and lead with what's being taught in front of them. And then they're going to influence whomever else. So you have to be very careful. Now, I use my children because I'm like, they're little, they're here. But you got to think, you don't know how strong your influence is. Who are you? And some of you might say, oh, I'm nobody. Nobody pays attention. But you don't know who's following you at work. You don't know who's following you on your, you just don't know who's paying attention to you. And I think the more we know, the better we are. Good morning, Kat. Just walked into the building. Kat, we've got some hot chocolates and stuff rolling around. You can take your shoes off real quick. This is a no shoes in the house policy. Make sure your feet are well manicured. Anyway, just wanted to put that out there. So I don't know. I'm not going to disagree with all of these companies pulling out from under Mr. West. But I also feel like, when people sit around and say, they've got that meme passing around. I really also, what I want to say too before I finish that thought. How can we move away from being a copycat society? How do we do that? I feel like when these memes circulate, whatever the meme factory is, wherever these memes start, they, you got 1, 2, 12 people reading it. And they're like, oh, that's right. I remember that. And now the world is circulating it with no context. And if you just walked into the room, the replays are on. This will be on later. But it's one of those things where I feel like there should have been more thought into that, if you understand what I'm saying. We don't think anymore. As a society, we don't think. We let other people think for us, and then we're lazy. We just repost things. We have no attachment to the things we're reposting sometimes. We have no attachment to the things we're regurgitating. We hear it on one station. We see it on another station. We scroll through our phones. 5 people are reposting, and it's like, hey, you know what? I'm going to repost that too. I'm going to jump on the reposting bandwagon. And I just want us to be independent thinkers. The movie Woman King explains it all, just how we sell out on each other. We never stick together, just a bunch of bull crap. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to see Woman King. So I will take what you're saying for what it's worth to your contribution in the chat. As far as sticking together and things like that, I mean, how strong is your community? You know what I'm saying? And I did touch on that earlier. Sticking together doesn't mean I'm going to yes you to death. In order to stick together, not only do you have to have a sense of independent thinking, but you also have to make sure that you're okay being criticized, right? Like, people don't want to be told you're doing something wrong or you need to do something different. It's weird to me. Anyhow. Shalonda says, I'm of mixed races and I don't understand this. I don't understand why being a woman of color means, I don't understand why being a woman of color means everything you come from, so many different spectrums. I will say this, I'm not qualified to lead that conversation. I know my limits. I do. I'm not qualified to lead that conversation, but, these conversations sometimes are difficult to hear, especially when you've got like the United Nations of Benetton. I've got all kinds of friends, all kinds of colors, all kinds of religions, all kinds of walks of life. I've got the wealthy, middle class, Listen, I'm in the poor bracket, okay? I'm not calling nobody poor. I won't call you anything less than what I am. I'm in that lower tier. Hello? Not for long. But seriously, I've got a diverse group of access. And I think that's healthy. And I think a lot of times people are afraid to diversify their palette of access in their friend circle. Hello? Did I make sense here? People are afraid to diversify their access because they feel like I can't hang out with anybody that has less than me because I'm going to, it's going to be embarrassing. You've also got some people who can't stand in a room with people of wealth. And that's the God's honest truth. They're intimidated. And then you've got people that will sit and eat from the dollar menu and laugh. And then you've got people that will sit and go to Nobu or, I don't know, name another high price restaurant, wherever, and go into the multi-million-dollar mansions and be just as comfortable. So I think it's all about your personal comfort, but we need to start learning how to diversify our access because a lot of times we are so completely out of touch. And that doesn't mean the people all the way up here are out of touch with the people down here. That's very true. But there's people down here who are completely out of touch with everything above them, and they stay down here because they don't have the access to know how to climb up out of that and elevate. That's my personal thought. I've seen it and I've heard it. Cotton says, watch how you speak. The power of the tongue is powerful. You are not in the poor bracket, Tasha. You're living check to check, maybe. Don't ever say you're broke. Don't ever say the broke word. Well, I received that. I receive it. I hope we all did too. Everybody, it's 34 minutes after the hour. Oh, that bell is high. 34 minutes after the hour, everybody. Shout out to the entire room. Tonight's show is going to be amazing. We've got a special guest. You know what I'm looking for. We've got a special guest tonight. Tonight, Dr. Ian Smith is going to be on. Shout out to the entire room. Shout out to the whole entire room. I've missed you all, truly. Truly and truthfully, I missed you. Yesterday was a day, but we're here and no need to rest on yesterday when we're here today. Thank God. Thank whomever you thank. Thank the energy sources to allow us just one more day. Everybody, the author of this book, The Book of Patience, 250 Ways to a More Patient You, is going to be with us. My calendar is out there, so I'm going to tell you right now. If I could pull up her communications, I'm going to tell you right now what day she's going to be with us, so you all can mark your calendars. I'm going to tell you right now. Her name is Courtney Ackerman, and she is going to be with us on. Here she goes. Courtney is going to be with us on Tuesday, November 15th. The author of this book, and I've said this book about 12 times, and people are probably like, what's the name of this book? The Book of Patience, 250 Ways to a More Patient You by Courtney E. Ackerman. She is going to be with us on the evening edition, and so we can talk to her live, ask her questions, and really just, Sonia says I got my book. Oh my God. Sonia sent me a voice note. I don't know if her name is Sonia or Sonia. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. Her voice, I wasn't expecting it. I was like, wow. When you all send me voice notes and I can actually hear you, I love it. By the way, just letting you know, you don't have to all jump on and send you. Oh, Sonia, you messaged me and I didn't even see that message. Hold on. Let me see what you said. Okay. I don't know if she wants me to publicly say this, but she's a poet. She's a voiceover artist. And she's working on a big project. Rick Party, is this one of your students? Rick Party says her voice is so smooth. Easy there, buddy. I'm joking. Oh my God. I just read the rest of her message. That is personal. Sonia, I will be messaging you after I drop my kids off. So give me like a few hours, after the show kind of thing. I need to double check what you just asked me, actually. But thank you. Sonia's voice is so amazing. Like I was like, can I just have you on can you just do my show for me? Her voice, I can't even explain her voice. She's got a deeper voice, but it's very alluring and very, very, she didn't ooze of sex appeal, but it's sex appealish, if you know what I'm saying. Not too much on Sonia because I don't know her status. I don't need you all running to her DMs, guys. Easy there, buddy. Easy. Okay, so back to the book. Sonia, I'm going to get with you today. Let me come out of this because now I'm distracted a little bit because now I can see her photo. So this book right here, no more voice messages for you. Send me all the voice messages. Sometimes when you all write to me, I voice message you back because, if I'm washing dishes or, if I feel like my thought process is a little longer and my brain is going to go faster than I can type, I'm like, it just makes more sense to send you a voice note. And I'm like crazier in real life, right? All of you that got a voice note. Sonia says she'll cam up one day. Ooh, can you imagine that fun? I should do a day of voices, actually. I should try and do a day. You know what? I've got a game. Rick, let's get together and formulate this game. I've got a game. And we're gonna play a game one day. Sonia, you're gonna be the first person on this game. Everyone, pull out your books. If you all have your books handy dandy right in front of you, the Book of Patience, 250 Ways to a More Patient You. For those of you that want a link to this, just send me a DM. But everybody so far have been buying their books, but I'm gonna make it easier. So as we read, I will make it a lot easier for you to purchase these books. I'm so glad that you all trust me to read these books. Read it with me, read it individually. I saw Cotton said she bought it for her whole family. I just want to say thank you for that. I'm not officially starting a book club, but Chanel says that sounds like a Clubhouse game. Hello. If you don't have Clubhouse, go to the link in my bio. Follow me there. I do have a club over there, the Natasha Simona Sequence. Everybody, I do have a club on Clubhouse called the Natasha Simona Sequence, and there are going to be some stuff rolling out over there. By the way, slipped in a little announcement there. So let's get our book. I'm reading from page 62 today. 62. I also want to say that this book is not going to be the only book we are... This book is not going to be the only book we're reading from. This is it's a self-help, self-guided book. I am going to implement a book for us to read, like an actual book that we're going to read from right to left, from cover to cover together. I just haven't gotten there yet. So, I love the fact that you all have been sending me book suggestions. I accept it and receive it. I just need to formulate it properly, how I want it to look. And then I think what I'll do is formulate a smaller group, and that's what we're working on, just the mechanisms and breakdown of that. Okay. So let's get this book. Everybody who has it, page 62. And it says, be patient. Everything comes, let's start that over. It says, be patient. Everything comes to you in the right moment. Hello? Be patient. Everything comes to you in the right moment. For those of you that needed a run on that page number, it's page 62. Okay? I've got an exercise from page 61. So the exercise that I'm reading from is from page 61. Here we go. Changing your aura. If you're having trouble releasing unpleasant feelings of impatience with whatever you're dealing with, try changing your aura. When spiritual people say aura, A-U-R-A, okay? They basically mean someone's energy. Aura is your energy. You can probably tell when someone is angry, ecstatic, or nervous, right? Often people can pick up on others' auras without even interacting with them. I'm one of those people. I can pick up your energy 0.5 seconds. Trust me on that one. So here's some exercises in changing your aura. Pause for a moment and close your eyes. Visualize your current aura. See it clearly and note how it looks. Like, what does it look like? What's the color? What's the shape? What's the feel of it? What does your energy feel like? You're literally closing your eyes. What do I feel like? What's happening? Number 2, connect the way it looks to the hurried, impatient way you feel. Imagine what your aura would look like if you felt patient and unhurried. Visualize this calm, peaceful aura and note how it looks as well. So now you're mentally visualizing this change. What does that feel like and look like? Number 3, change your aura to this new and improved aura. Watch as the old one fades away and it's replaced by the new one. If you don't believe in auras and think it's all a bunch of silly nonsense, don't worry. You can still benefit from this technique. It engages visualization and present moment awareness to help you be more patient and no matter your personal views on the subject. Okay? All right. Now, I hope you all received that message. Sometimes it's you. Sometimes. I almost want to say at all times it's you. We're so quick to pass the blame to someone else. So that's a very narcissistic mentality, by the way. It's not me. Nobody ever wants to be the reason, but sometimes it's your energy. Do you know what I'm saying? When your energy is different, I promise you it can change everything around you. When you're tense and you're high and you put everybody else around you in that same space. Unintentionally, but like, right? Now everybody's on level 55 with you. And now you're angry because this person is responding to you in this way. And this person isn't responding to you in a way in which you thought and want and all that stuff. And it's like, but you came in here with this energy. So sometimes it's you. And nobody ever wants to look. Remember the exercise the other day? I said, look at yourself in the mirror. Now, the exercise wasn't in direct correlation of aura. It was more so asking yourself, are you proud of yourself? But in speaking about aura, sometimes you have to look yourself in the mirror and you have to ask yourself, what is it about my energy that is continually inviting this kind of interaction? Do you know what I'm saying? Nobody ever wants to say it might be me. So anyway, I hope you all received a word. Again, if you need the book of patience. I know this is kind of backwards, but take a screenshot and flip it in your camera mode. And that's it. I'm really excited to have this author on. We've got another author coming on Friday this week. We've got a good lineup for you for the rest of the week, and I'm really excited about it. So listen, everybody, I hope you receive that. Do with that message as you may. I do hope that in us reading this book together, that there's been something that you're able to pull and use daily. That's what I do hope. Can I get an update on 10, my internet nephew? Yep. You definitely walked in here after I gave the full update. 10 is still not feeling well. He's still in the yucky, icky mode. So we will be keeping him home again today. I'll be keeping him home. Sorry. As much as I wanted him to go to school today, I can't. Not only can I not do that to his, I can't stress his little body. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to put stress on his body and force him to go to school, but I also don't want to get any of his classmates sick. That's not fair either. So 10 will be staying home and 13 is going back to school. Okay, so yesterday, I will admit. So I'm waking 13 up to go to school, and he's like, no, 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 I'm going to stay home and watch over AJ. I'm like, hello? And I said, okay, fine. So I kept him home so that he could work on his project, and he BS'd himself and didn't finish his project. So I'm actually very annoyed with 13, by the way. So 13 is going to school. He's had a project. His teacher gave him 2 weeks to do this project, and he waited until the weekend to cram 14 days of time to do a project in an hour. And I said that was highly irresponsible. So he's been working on this project, and every day that this project isn't due, points are going off. And I said, you know what? I said, if you are the reason that your grades drop from a 4.0, that's on you, not on me. And so last night we had a long conversation. And so I said, what can you do in an hour? And he got all pissed off at me. And he's like, Mom. And he gave me a list of all these excuses. I said, what you just said to me was a bunch of nothing. And he gets like this anxiety and he's like ripping his shirt. I said, hey, listen, if you want me to take you to the crazy hospital, just let me know. We'll load up the car and, list cancel. Exactly. So I had to teach him. I said, your teachers are preparing you for middle school and life. Preparing you for high school and life. You had 2 weeks to do this project and you bullshitted yourself. Excuse my language. But I said it just like that. Listen, you can't hold back with these kids anymore. I listen to some of the stuff he watches. You can handle big people words. Well, I said to him, if I'm telling you that you have 1 more hour to do your work, pick something of the project list and tackle that in 1 hour. I've given you leeway. I kept you home from school yesterday. Like, you should have been like so grateful that I kept you home from school yesterday, because technically the teacher can't dox you from yesterday because you weren't present in school. But every day you're present in school and you don't have your project, that is when he will deduct these points. You don't get it, you ding dong. So he's getting all mad and stuff. I'm like, I don't care. This doesn't faze me. So he's sitting there, right? And he's getting whatever he's going to get done in an hour. Mom, I need this, and I need tracing paper. I need this. And I'm like, do you want me to go? I said, I don't think you should continue working on this for the rest of the night. So me getting you tracing paper tonight, is that going to make a difference? He said, no. I said, okay, fine. And we'll get tracing paper tomorrow. So then he goes, he's sitting there and he's doing his work, but then I see him on his phone. So before I jump into his skin and ask him, why are you on your phone? I wanted to observe the situation, because I'm like, maybe he's on the computer typing whatever he needs to type and he's using his phone as a source. Okay. Well, I tilt my head a little bit to look at the phone, and it didn't look like anything, because it's not like he's using the phone and going back to the computer, if you know what I'm saying. So I said, okay. So I said, how are you getting through? I said, because your hour is almost up. And he puts the phone down with an attitude. I said, well, what were you doing on your phone? And he goes, just scrolling on social media. I said, are you dead serious? He goes, yeah, I just can't seem to focus. I said, well, it seems like you need to not have your phone with you, because the minute you start losing focus and interest in what it is that you're doing, social media and all the nonsense that's going on in your phone is going to be your greatest downfall. So whomever it is that you're communicating with in social media or reading, please ask them how you maintain your 4.0 GPA. Okay. And then I went to sleep, because I can't. I went right to sleep. So here's what I'm going to do today. When he comes in the door from school, the phone is going to be right here on my desk. That's it. That's it. And he's going to get pissed, and we're going to have an argument, and I don't care. So the phone is going to be here. Just like the other day, he wanted to read the book. Shout out to the person who got him the book off his wish list. And all the books, everybody who's been contributing to the kids' wish list, I appreciate you and I thank you. So what did he do? He got so excited, because this is a book he's been really wanting to read this book. So he got so excited. All the books on his list are books that he wants to read. But there's like a book in particular where you're like, ooh, I'm going to get lost in this story. Okay, well, as he's walking out of here, what do you think he's doing? He immediately started reading the book. Immediately. And I said, no. Don't you even, because he's already reading another book that somebody else bought him. It's like in a trilogy set. He can read like 3 books at a time. But I said, you've got this project to do. And he got the biggest attitude. I said, you need to bring the book and put it right here on my desk. And the book hasn't left. So when he comes in from school today, his phone is going right on the desk. And I don't care. Anyway, everybody, I got to get out of here. I love you all. Please make sure you return back later on. We've got a good show. Dr. Ian Smith is coming on. I do let him read Laney Lane. I let him read. But the problem is that because I know that this book, like between this and the other book, they're books that he will get lost in. He needs to get this project done. Cotton says, Tasha, some people learn differently. Okay. My girlfriend is in a PhD program. She needs to talk on the phone to be distracted to get her work done. You know what? I believe that. They will sneak and read it. Anyway, not him. My desk is forbidden. So my kids listen to me. When I tell them nope, trust me. When I tell them put something down and don't touch it, they won't touch it. You know the experiments where you put like candy in front of the kids and you're like, don't eat it. Wait till later. My kids will sit there and look at this candy and wait. I promise you that. And I do, going back to what, was it Cotton that just said her friend is in a PhD program? Listen, I understand people learn differently. I am one of those people. However, when you're not actually getting the things done and you're not meeting your deadlines, there's a different kind of lesson that I have to implement, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm not trying to cut him off. You know, I needed music on. When I was younger doing my work, I needed the radio. And my parents used to get pissed off at me and take all the radios away. And I was like, well, screw this. I'm not doing my work anyway. And guess what? I didn't do my work. And I turned in listen, I would turn in blank pieces of paper just like this. So I'm very careful with how I discipline my children and how, you know, what I take away from them and what leeway I give them, because I remember being totally misunderstood and not helped in the way I needed to be helped. So Bestie just said he needs a lesson in time management. Absolutely. But if BSing on your phone on social media, that needs to be cut. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like if he was using his phone and he had the music on his phone, but I play music in the house from the TV. I have the study music on, like Mozart and Beethoven and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't play around in here. If he had that on his phone, I would have been fine. But he's admitting to me that he's using it for social media and he's got his work in front of him. Yeah, buddy. And everybody's probably saying he could open up a tab on his computer and, you know, futz around in there. Certain sites he can't go on because it's a school computer. So, anyway, I'll keep you all posted on that. No, I will not be keeping him home from school today, though. He's going to school. 13 is going to school, and the 10-year-old is staying home. Anyway, everybody, have an amazing day. Come back later. What's he probably avoiding about the assigned project? So the issue that I'm having with him is he actually needs to test out of 8th grade and probably be in 9th grade plus. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he's beyond the academic curriculum. So he's very bored. He feels like a lot of the things that he's doing is underappreciated because his intelligence is beyond what they're learning. So that's the issue that I'm having with him, is just doing the work. So, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I turn to the village. I believe you all are my new found village. And I talk about it because I don't have all the answers. And it is what it is. We'll all figure it out. So listen, everybody, that is the end of the show. Everybody, please put your cups down of your hot chocolate, your green juice, whatever it is that you had. Put all your cups down. Make sure you throw all your napkins in the garbage because that's gross. Get your shoes on. Get your bags, your briefcases, your book bags, your pocketbooks, and everything that you need, because once the show is over, you can't come back until later. I do have a second show for you know, all of you that came in here and I'm new to your ecosystem. I do have a second show that comes on at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, and our guest tonight is Dr. Ian Smith. Okay? Dr. Ian Smith will be on the evening edition. thank you for everybody who's praying for my sick child. My sick 10-year-old, he'll be okay. He's going to stay home from school today, so I'll run him to the doctor. Can I take my tea and muffin to go? Absolutely, you can take your tea and muffin. I'll get somebody to get you. Yeah, we need to get Chanel a to-go cup. She can't take the fine china. Why did my mom say Natasha described my childhood stuck in traffic on my way to her PT? Oh, Brian, you've got your mom in the car this morning. Good morning, Mama. Mrs. Young, I don't know. I hope I said her name right, but we'll just call her Mama. Mama to our lovely Brian. Good morning. Everybody, I hope you are on your way. It's 58 minutes after the hour. 58 minutes after the hour. If you're stuck in traffic and you're listening to me, I appreciate you. Keep both eyes on the road and your hands. If you are at your final destination for the day, I'm glad you made it. If you're on your way or you're still stuck in the house, listen, don't blame me for your lateness. Again, I'm excited for tonight's show. I'm so happy to be back with you all. For all of you that say, Tosh, you look tired this morning. Guess what? I am tired. I'm a mommy taking care of a sick child, one sick child and one child procrastinating with an 8th grade project. Oh, I don't always admit that I'm tired, but I'm a tired mommy. But guess what? I'm excited to be here. You all got me up and got me started for my day. So, Gabby Girl says I'm late for work. Not you being late for, you know why you're late for work? Because you went partying at your homecoming. I don't have nothing to do with that. So shout out to the room. Shout out to everybody that's watching me live. If you are watching me on the rewatch over on YouTube or the rewatch on Instagram, you are definitely more than welcome to join us live and join in on the live chat. But I do appreciate you watching me on the rewatch. Have a great day, everybody. And I will see you tonight. I keep forgetting this. Before you all run out of here, I know you all are still putting your shoes on. Melba Moore, who is a true and blue great supporter of Natasha. Me. That's me. I'm Natasha. She's a supporter of a lot of people that we know. And she graciously comes in and keeps the chat active. She's currently in a play in DC called Roll On. It's a gospel musical. And it's almost over. It's been there since October 9th. And it's leaving on the 30th. So it's going to be it's at the Arc Theater in Washington, D.C. So if you're going to be in the Washington, D.C. area, please go check out Auntie Melba Moore, the Queen. The last day of this play is October 30th. That's in like no time. It's in 4 days. So you got 4 days to see Auntie Melba in live doing her thing. And please go support her. That's the last announcement. So see you all tonight, right here, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Dr. Ian Smith is joining us. Okay, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. I will see you all later. Have an amazing day. Be safe. It is 1 minute after the new hour. 1 minute after the new hour, everybody. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.